everyone? My name is Dion Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from Round 5 of Dathomir, the Galactic Championship qualifier based in London, England. Super excited to be here, and for all of these matches and for all of the events in this series, we're teaming up with content creators from around the X-Wing community, and this match is a Firestorm Squadron Firecast community team up. How's it going, guys?
Good.
It's going well. That was very well said as well, Dion.
So much mental power was put into that. So let's go. What are your guys' names?
I'm Nick.
And I'm Dom.
All right, fantastic. Now, before we have Nick and Dom break down this matchup here, I want to remind you that this round and all of our rounds are brought to you by Curlpaw Creatives. Use that coupon code Dathomir2020 for 20% off. And also, remember, this is the second out of 5 different Galactic Championship qualifying events. If you want to be a part of this series, we still got 3 events left. One that's based around an Australian time zone, one that's based on the East Coast of the United States, New York time zone, and then we come back to Europe for a Warsaw time zone. So see which one fits your schedule best. You can get your tickets at goldsquadronpodcast.com. Just make sure that you can actually make it before you commit to the event. Tickets stay on sale up until about 24 hours before the event comes. So you still have time, but if you want to get that going, you can go to the website now so you can secure your place. I will tell you that crate will probably sell out at the rate that the tickets have been going. So if you were looking at that one and thinking about it, don't wait too long because that one will probably sell out. All right, let's go ahead and break down these lists.
Cool. Well, I'll take Pierre's one then. So we got Dash Rendar, which we haven't seen a lot on the table until recently, which is really cool. With Lone Wolf, Kanan Jarrus, Outrider, and Wedge Antilles with Crackshot, Proton Torpedoes, Afterburners, and of course the S-Foils. Pretty strong, heavy hitters.
Yep, and we have Martin, who is running Resistance, and it's quite a cool Resistance list as well. Looking at this, we've got a really stripped back Ray with just Contraband Cybernetics, ZZ with Heroic and Optics, Kaz with Heroic and the R5 Astromech, and Finn with Heroic and Perceptive Copilot.
And going into this match, I do want to tell everybody this is a 3-1 match. All right, this is a 3-1 match, so this is essentially elimination. Some 3-2s will make it, but you want to definitely be going into the next round with 0-1 losses, only to guarantee yourself that, or have a chance at making the cut here. Going into this, guys, if you were playing Choose Your Champion, who do you think? Who are you betting on? What do you think, Nick?
Oh, I don't like that question. I'm on Dash, I think.
You're on Dash?
I like the heavy hitters. I like Dash. I like low ship counts. So it's definitely more my sort of thing. I've played a bit of Dash recently. I'm not very good with it, so that's fine. Other people are, so that's cool. But I like the fact that he can just kind of run around these obstacles and the way they're spread out a bit. I think for me, it's going to be, with that Outrider title, it's going to certainly help. And hopefully he can leverage that firepower through there with Wedge reducing agility, and it looks like he's potentially just going to go straight for Kaz here and take him off the board as quick as possible. So that's my call for this one. But I'm 100% wrong in all of my bets so far in the entire event, so just watch what you do.
All right, and what about you, Dom?
I'm very much back in Resistance this game. I'm a big fan of 4-ship lists at the moment. It's definitely something I really enjoy. And we've seen how good Leia can be as a Falcon base with one force. So Rey being quite a strict back version, playing similar to Leia, but having the 2 force behind her could be really nice to see. We know that ZZ is good. Finn is good, especially with the Perceptive Copilot. And it's interesting seeing Kaz there as well, slamming to try and get away from Wedge a bit.
Yeah, you know, we haven't seen Dash played at a high level, and like we mentioned earlier, there are a couple players who brought Dash as a possible solution to our current meta. And you know, what's one of my favorite things about this series so far is because we have 2 weeks in between each of these qualifiers, it gives 2 weeks for people to look at the results from the previous event and start to you get to see that meta evolution. Like, we are definitely seeing lists in this event that we didn't see last time. Additionally, we have people from different parts of the world playing, which also affects the meta. It's just really, really great to see, and I'm curious to see how this event will affect the following one, which is going to be Conquer Dawn.
Oh, for sure. It's there's been an awful lot of chat since the last event, especially around Nantex and how prevalent they can be. So it's really good to see people thinking up answers and solutions if they come across that Nantex problem, and well, what people perceive to be a Nantex problem. And Dash being a lot of people's choice is really cool. Seeing some of the big, large spaceships back on the table.
All right. So, looking at the positioning right now, looks like Wedge is up 3 straight. Wings are open, hoping to... Oh, sorry, wings are closed. He closed the wings, boosted, and is going to be able to get a shot onto Kaz this turn. By the way, it looks like there was an error with the bot. When I tried to pay out the subs, sorry, not the buzz, pay out the points, it didn't happen. It was very strange. I don't know what happened. Hopefully it works this turn. But there's no way to go back.
Just as an aside, Wedge's wings are actually open, and he used afterburners to get the boost. And then
it was afterburners. My bad. Thank you for the correction there.
No worries.
All right, open wings, and he's going into ZZ for the shot. He took a target lock. This is going to be a proton torpedo. 2 hits. One of them turns into a crit using the proton torpedo ability. Target lock, and there we go. 3 hits and a crit going into there.
That's gonna hurt.
Here's the defense. 2 evades. All right.
Nice.
So you do get two shields there. And ZZ's going to have that opportunity to take the evade, which will hopefully help with that dash shot. But Dash and Wedge might be able to take ZZ off of the board super early.
ZZ's such a super strong ship, though. I'm surprised that the points didn't kind of reflect that a little bit more in the most recent update.
Just 1 hit and not willing to spend the focus. 2 blanks. Going to be taking a shield on Dash.
Yeah.
Looks like he's keeping Lone Wolf up as an option for his attack.
Yeah, I mean, that seems smart. I mean, Ray's out of rocks. I'm not going to get the shoot either.
All right, here is Dash's shot going into ZZ, range 2, 4 dice coming in. Hit crit. Lone Wolf reroll. Got the hit.
It as well. Nice.
Will he spend the force? Yes, spends the Kanan force for 4 hits. I mean, 1 blank and, or sorry, 2 blanks and he'd be dead. Oh, well, there's 2 and gone. Takes 2 at the end. ZZ short for the world, taking out the game, and we're starting this 46-0 in our first engagement. Big swing right away.
Yeah, you expect a ship like ZZ to be quite tanky and hang around for a while, so seeing her go down so quickly, this is quite impressive.
I feel like with Dash, you have to do that. So the coordination for Pierre to be able to get both ships in a spot to be able to take out ZZ is absolutely massive, because you've seen a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people attempt Dash and not be able to coordinate a strike onto a single ship. And the only way you can actually do damage here and make Dash live is by taking other targets out consistently.
I mean, he's come from 2 different angles as well. I mean, it's really impressive to see that boost earlier on and to get the turn away from Dash to get that line, as you say, is really good.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and take the strain to add the focus, spend the focus to make it 2 hits. Ray could not shoot because she's on a rock. She's on the mustache rock. Spends the second focus from the Perceptive co-pilot to end up with no damage.
I mean, this is an absolutely.
I'm sorry, not the second
position.
focus. That was one focus. He doesn't have Perceptive on this one. Got confused. Regular focus. So Ed, go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. And Dash can just die in a fast maneuver. Ray's not going to get an action this turn because of that rock. And Wedge can just follow. And even if Wedge sits in front of Ray, I still don't think that's a terribly bad position because he can bank in and take that target lock if he wants to.
Yeah, but who does he go for? Does he go after Dash or does he go after Wedge?
I mean, you can get all your ships after Dash and point because of where Kaz is pointing and where Finn is. I think you kind of have to go after Dash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The one benefit with Ray and the Falcon is if she does do a hard maneuver towards Wedge, she has the potential to block Wedge if Wedge tries to come through those 2 debris fields and still have a shot on Dash with her rear arc.
Mm.
And then
Not
she's
easy with
always
the call.
no, and she's always got the option to be able to sloop over Wedge to come back and engage afterwards. But yeah, not easy to call at all.
Now, one of the things that I'm a little curious about the positioning for Martin is I know that going up the middle is a surprising move. I don't know if he landed on it on purpose, but I mean, it was a pretty aggressive move on the onset. You mean that you knew that was a risk, especially even if you were close, you probably would have hit it anyway after turning or something like that. So that's like a purposeful giving up of actions for positioning. We'll see if it ends up being worth it. And turning here into that space where ZZ would have been.
Ray doing that very hard.
Yep, getting into into Wedge. No damage on the roll. Taking the focus, most likely with Dash after taking the hard turn. Overlaps the debris, but not a big deal because Dash is Dash and ignores obstacles while moving. Takes the barrel roll to be able to get Finn out of the sensor blind spot, which reduces his attack by 1. Takes a stress from that barrel roll. Still has the mod from Kanan Jarrus, though. And, of course, Lone Wolf, if he's at range 3 of Ray, which actually looking at it probably isn't.
Is Lone Wolf range 2 a friendly ship?
Outside of range 2, I believe.
Yeah.
And Pierre being very aggressive there, taking a target lock with Wedge into Ray.
I'm almost surprised he didn't go for Finn here, since that's where Dasher's got a shot as well. I know how tanky Finn is, but
Yeah, to have that proton torpedo.
yeah.
He's gone for range 1. He's got a target lock. He's got crack shot.
I mean, and it's a guaranteed use of crack shot.
And Ray's only got 1 agility anyway. She doesn't get crack shot. Doesn't need it. And get the green dice, does she?
True.
Oh, but
This
for
is
her ability, she'll get that at the blank.
Mm-hmm. That one's the one that fell out the box. And sitting there with only one crit. Spends the lock that he took on Ray on the 3 other dice. Only ends up with 2.
She doesn't. Ray doesn't get to add the blank, of course, because she doesn't have Finn to help her out
Oh, sorry. My mistake.
with the contraband.
I'm so used to that just being stapled on there.
So 1 shield on Ray, and here is the shot back at initiative 5. Now this is going into Finn, because Pierre has the initiative. No. Is this out of order? Do we have the first player marked incorrectly? Yes. Oh, we sure do. Yep. Martin's the first player. Nick. Just when you got a sec. Thank you, so. So that was Ray into Wedge.
Yeah, that shield's down on Wedge.
Now it's Dash. I promise I got it right this time. And you look away for 1 second, and it happens. All right. Finn does have his focus shenanigans that he has up to, but if Dash ends up with 4, can't do anything about that. You would be taking damage. Here we go. Checking for Lone Wolf. No go.
Oh, doesn't need it.
Oh, all right. Doesn't even need it. 3 hits and a crit. A blank and an eyeball. That is a focus result. Takes a strain to take an additional focus result added to there and reduces it by 2. Still taking hit crit though. And that crit is going under the hull. What is in the box? That's a blinded. Ooh. Blinded pilot. That is a bad one for Finn. He's going to have to clear that if you want to be Finn. Because your focus and all your shenanigans don't even matter at this point.
It's certainly one of the worst crits Finn does not want to see turn up.
Now imagine Wedge put that proton top that way as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
And here we go. Kaz going into Dash.
The new hero of the resistance, he can do it.
Using his ability in order to roll an additional die and got hit crit. Remember, he's Dash still has Lone Wolf because Wedge was outside of range 2. Here comes Martin's response. And that looks like he got 2. Reroll 1 was out the box. Ooh. Lone Wolf. We'll see if it matters. Nope.
Ooh.
Taken 3. All shields are down on Dash. The hull is exposed. 1 away from half.
So this is unmodded Finn, right?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
just natty. It's fine.
Ooh,
There it is. Yep, at this point, Ray should be down to 1 shield. We'll get that fixed here in a second. ZZ off the board. Kaz is clean besides the 1 damage he should have from... Oh, no, he did the R5, so he's clean. And, of course, Finn currently carrying a blinded pilot. Dash 1 away from half, and so is Wedge. I mean, you know, I know that it feels like the Rebel player is hitting really hard, but this 2-ship list style that Pierre is playing is definitely very alpha strikey, and I wondered, like, I feel like this game could flip any moment.
Oh, totally. I absolutely agree. But I think, as Dom said earlier, Ray can get into a good position here and get behind Wedge. where Wedge might just have to 4K. And Kaz isn't in a terrible position to follow up either with that slam ability or potentially block a 4K from Wedge. But because, as I say, it is the heavy hitters, but if they just miss that one dice roll, so it could be that one that does it, that they don't get enough damage through, where they get absolutely punished in return. It's definitely on a knife edge. Any two-ship list is definitely a difficult thing to kind of balance, if you like.
Yeah, and Rey, of course, has that contraband cybernetics as well to be able to take the action if she does sloop. The thing for Martin will be when he risks Fix in the blinded on Finn to try and get him to be punchy, because with his ability and stuff, he really wants those focus tokens for his defense, especially when he's against heavy hitters like Wedge and Dash.
Somebody in the chat is asking about Kaz's ability. Does it work with 0 damage cards? It absolutely does. So Kaz's ability, for anybody who's not aware, says, while you defend or perform a primary attack, if the enemy ship's initiative is higher than the number of damage cards you have, you may roll 1 additional attack die. So Kaz has 0 attack die, and everybody has more than 0 cards out there, thus his ability triggers.
And it's basically going to be active the entire time he's alive. Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with these higher initiative ships, right? It gives Kaz a bonus versus higher initiative.
Yeah, I do wonder if we'll see him trying to use Kaz more to block this turn and try and help get better shots with the other ships. Because he can't really turn against Wedge with Rey being in the way.
Oh, why is he focusing? Is it just for defense?
I think so.
It has to be for defense, right?
I think so. I think he is worried about just losing another ship really quickly and losing that ship in general.
I really want to see the 3 sloop slam.
There's a slam from Kaz.
He's gone 2 straight 2.
All right. Now we have a couple people out there saying, why doesn't this dash have Biston? Well, this dash is 3-in-1 right now, so he might have enough in the tank. It's going to be a close one. And I totally understand the thought there. Ooh, contraband.
Biston's a great choice, but as we can see here, he's got the Lone Wolf plus the Force. Having those mods active all the time, whether he blocks, barrels, or anything, it's a really nice thing to have. It gives him a bit more flexibility.
Yep, it's a different dash, right? It's not going for efficiency. It's more going for survivability is really what because that's Dash's problem. Dash always hits hard. It's survivability that is what hurts Dash, and having both those mods open at all times definitely helps.
Yeah, and having Kanan on there, being able to do the 3 hard and still clear a stress if you've had the barrel roll the last turn for position is something that kind of just allows them to get positions that the other dash with Biston, just couldn't do. And with the Outrider title as well, he's going to get a trick shot here. Well, in essence, a trick shot. It's the Outrider title, which I can never remember the second part of it.
So it's after you fully execute a maneuver. If you moved through or overlapped an obstacle, you may remove one of your red or orange tokens. So he moved onto the debris cloud this turn, cleared his stress, which allowed him to perform his rotate action to still get his shot in.
Yeah, and then the defender's going to roll one fewer defense dice because of the title as well.
If it's obstructed, yeah.
All right, well, Wedge is about to do some work here. I believe he's pointing at Kaz.
Yeah. Second proton torpedo.
And here we go. 1 hit, 1 crit. 1 of each there. Changes one to a crit using the Proton Torpedo trigger. Spends the lock. Looking for at least one more. Got it. 3 crits. Hoping maybe 2.
No shields.
Yeah. It could be bad. 2 agility for Kaz. And that's going to be 2 crits. Direct hit. That means we got half points on Kaz. Fuel leak is the second crit. So not fun there. Dash.
Better order of the two, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, better that way around. For sure.
And here comes Ray. Has Wedge at range 2. It is obstructed, but Ray has her arc on and does have some force available to use her ability. Ooh, hit, crit. Got an evade there, taking hit crit onto Wedge. We got half points.
Should be 3 dice.
Ooh, yeah, you're right. They're going to go ahead and roll that additional die. Will it matter? It does. So, nope. That's the crit. That's the crit. There you go. They got it.
Not that I'm trying to help out my calls here at all.
And it is a hull breach onto Wedge.
Oh, that might be worse. Okay.
All right. Next shot. Grabbing 4 dice, going into Finn. Could clear him off the table. All right. Hit, crit. Can't lone wolf here.
Yep. And as per the text, this shot is not obstructed into Finn, so he still gets his 2 green dice.
Hit, crit. And takes 2. Is that enough? Where are we at on Finn?
It takes 1 due to Finn shenanigans.
Takes only 1. Ah, yes, because he only got 3 hits, not 4. Sorry, me assuming that Dash got 4. Sorry about that. All right, so weapons failure on Finn, that hurts. I mean, you're basically taking those guns away completely from Finn. You can't use his ability on offense, and you're down to a pea shooter now. 1 die. Yep. I guess you could use his ability on offense to add a blank and heroic if you roll a blank here. Actually, no. Could
because of the blinded.
Yo, you're right. Never mind. You do nothing.
Watch this do damage though. You watch.
He's got the hit.
There you go. Add the blank for funsies. Evade. There it is.
I wanted to see it.
No, he didn't skip Kaz because Kaz slammed. He has a disarm token.
He has an ability to remove that. When does that actually happen?
No, he did not. He actually couldn't have at the time because he didn't have any damage cards, and that's you have to flip one of your crits in order to do that.
I wasn't sure when the timing window was.
Yep.
Yeah, it's after he slammed. He has to expose a card. So
Which you didn't have any because
which
you
he didn't have any other time.
Was it R5? Am I thinking of the right upgrade?
Yes, yeah, R5, which fixes damage card.
See, I know how to X-Wing. It's fine.
But Pierre has flown this really interestingly. He's not worried about Wedge's survivability at all. It's all been Wedge do as much damage as he can to help take some heat off of Dash, punch as much as he can, and then Dash following up and trying to finish things off pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Which has been working out really well for him so far.
Yeah, I mean, Wedge is one of those ships that I
really
feel
like
has
Dash's
always
position
burned brightly, right? Like he's gonna come in, and if he doesn't do his damage, he doesn't like get enough points or enough damage out there worth his points. He dies really quickly because he has a huge target on his back because of his ability.
Yeah. But in this game, he's managed to get both those proton torpedoes off. He's used an afterburner trigger. He's still got crack shot left in the tank as well to help follow through.
Agreed. Now, real quick, quick reminder to everybody in the chat. If you want to take a look at the lists, you can type !lists for those of you who are watching live in the Twitch chat. And by the way, anybody watching in the future, remember, we stream live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday here on Gold Squadron Podcast. Monday is our podcast in Chicago time from starting at 8:30 p.m. Central. We have Wednesday is Gold Squadron X-Wing League, where myself and other Gold Squadron hosts play against community members, which we actually are opening up signups for that here this week. So watch out for that on our Discord. That starts at 6 p.m. Central. And then Saturday is our premiere night, where we have the Gold Squadron Flight Club, where we have community members face off in list building challenges. And hopefully this Saturday we have an announcement there about some of our upcoming plans. A little bit of teases out there. Should be fun.
Yeah. I think it's Smicky's in the chat says that Ray, he thinks, should go after Dash here.
The question is, where's Dash going to go? I really like the hard turn towards the board edge, and then batter roll back.
Yeah, Dash has a lot of options at the moment.
The world is his oyster.
Anymore.
Hindsight be a wonderful thing.
All right, Dash taking a focus.
I can't quite tell the angle. Does a 4K from Wedge land out of arc array?
No, it's actually yes.
Maybe.
It's close. Ray's kind of at a funky angle for sure. I think it might still just be in range. He might just not have the distance. He can't go the distance. Didn't have enough breath support on that one.
Dutch, I think, so Dutch has asked, out of all the lists that X and 1 or better, what are some that you'd like to win the whole tournament? I think something with Dash would be quite cool. I like seeing the big base ships. I really like Bartosz's version that he's running today with Chopper and the VCX partnering up with Dash.
Yeah, I know some people were asking to get him seen, and our goal is always here to try to get as much faction representation as possible. So Nick was able to find a Resistance list, which we had not seen Resistance, plus be able to see Dash out there, who's in contention. Just wasn't quite Bartosz. We'll probably have Bartosz sometime during the top cut because he has pretty high MOV and essentially just needs to continue that or just win one more game to get into the cut. And if we missed a chance to get that, then it wasn't meant to be. We'll find out.
Yeah.
I super think that's out of Razor Arc. I really do.
Well, he's got Crackshot lined up here on Finn or Ray. So is he going to try and finish finish Finn off, or start punching some damage into Ray?
I think you got the range one to Finn, so I think you kill Finn here, right?
Yep, and it is confirmed Ray does not have Arc on Wedge, by the way, just being able to take a look at it now. So what's the call?
I still think Finn.
I would think so.
All right, there it is.
Move a straight where possible.
Range one.
I'm getting things right.
Crack shot is on. And 3 crits.
He's not going to need it.
Yeah, just needs one more. This is just all right, evade. You end up adding one, but just still takes a crit. Could be out of here. Damage engine and structural damage. That is it.
Yeah, he only had one hull left,
Yep.
and Martin choosing not to faff around with the strain and focus and let another damage card come out of the deck. And no shot for Finn.
We did say Ray's used contraband, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This is going to be another uphill battle for the resistance, I think. It's just Dash being able to get away and just get out there. Let's put him in another strong position again.
Yeah, I mean, Martin does have the ability to try and take down Wedge pretty quickly at this point, with Dash a little bit on the sidelines, which is what he needs to do. He needs to try and remove a ship as quickly as possible to be able to then consolidate his list and go after Dash together. And Ray's only taken a couple of shields, so she's still got quite a lot of health.
All right. So we have 37 minutes left in this round. This is Ray and Kaz versus 2 very offensive ships. Wedge still doing the work. Absolutely great game. By the way, I want to say thank you to all the players who participated in this event. I know we still got one more round, but it's always great to see the amount of support out there. And of course, thank you to all of you who are watching. We are at 543 people watching from around the world. Absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much. All right, here we go. We have Dash doing the one bank, taking the target lock on Ray. Setting up for a run at her next turn. And Wedge banking in, has the bullseye as well. Could barrel roll to get out of the arc if he wants to. He's got the space.
Why be shot?
Yeah.
Say it again.
I just think why be shot would be with my kid. I don't think you need
Exactly.
to.
Yeah, I find it interesting that he took the target lock on Dash rather than rotating his arc and getting that shot.
Oh, went wrong
wrong
direction. There you go.
I was looking at that when he put a finger over the dial. I was like,
Accidents happen. It's all right. And there it is. Ray still in the bullseye, by the way.
Yeah.
Here we go. 1 crit. Not great, but again, you don't want to get shot. It's all right not to have mods there. Ray doesn't have anybody in the front arc.
I think this is a problem that Ray's going to have anyway. Though Dash doesn't have a shot because I think he didn't realize his turret's front back.
Yeah, That seems to be what they're indicating there. He thought he had the shot, but his arcs are facing front and back, which might be why he took the target lock rather than rotating his arc there.
So why didn't Ray roll 1 dice? Wasn't it obstructed? Did I miss something?
No, I think closest point to
Nope.
closest point, the shot is
was
not obstructed.
You're correct. So only 1 shield there,
Bullseye was
right?
obstructed.
That's what I read. Okay, cool. No big.
The problem Ray has is Dash can just stay in her side arc in Ray's side arc pretty much all the time, and be quite happy there. Ray turning to face Dash means that Dash can probably just get out of the way with all the options that he has on his dial.
And the fact he's got that barrel roll reposition as well, moving after Ray.
Quick note: there was an R5 usage to clear one of Kaz's. To clear Kaz's one of Kaz's cards, I believe. Right? He should be at 4 hull instead of 3. Still has the fuel leak, but repaired one of his cards. We'll get that updated here in a second.
But these points could change quite drastically quickly with Wedge only having 3 hull left and Dash being very close off of half points. It could swing quite
Slam
quickly.
a jam here. He's going to use Kaz's the ship ability. He's going to explode the wings. Ooh, it's a weapons failure. I mean, he's going to get a shot, hopefully. But -1 attack die to do that. So those wings exploded, but in a worse way.
When you've got the lock and the ability to actually shoot Wedge, and then you don't have the firepower to do so effectively.
Ray taking the boost, hoping for a block.
Yeah.
Not getting a block, but it's going to have a range 1 shot because I'm not sure that Dash can barrel roll to the left.
No,
A reminder to maybe any new player. Yeah. A reminder to any new players, you cannot barrel roll or boost off the board. So if the barrel roll would not fit to the left, it doesn't kill Dash. It simply just fails the action.
Yeah. He rotated his arc for his action, so he has a shot back into Ray.
All right. Looks like Wedge has Ray just barely in range 3. Very nice. 1 crit. Rolls evade. Very nice.
And of course, Dash being range 1 is only going to have 3 dice into Ray, where Ray can probably only take 1 damage.
That's going to hurt.
Yeah, but does he choose to try and punish Dash a bit here, or does he try to kill Wedge with the combined firepower of Ray and Kaz? 'Cause of course, Kaz's firepower being slightly diluted with the weapons failure.
It'd be 2v2 with the target lock. Yeah, it's 3 health left on Wedge. I think you go into Dash.
I think exactly what I was going to say. I would go into Dash for sure. Like you get this range 1 shot. You can get that half points. Hopefully, right? Does she still have 2 force? She still has got 2 force.
Yep.
And Kaz then can still follow Wedge. Still follow up and keep the firepower on him. He may have to start thinking about being a little bit defensive with Wedge, maybe. I don't think he will, but he may have to.
All right, and looks like he's deciding to go into Kaz, combining fire there. man, this might be somewhere where we go back. Because I don't know, when is Ray going to get a range one shot like this again? That's what I'm worried about. I don't know if he'll have that opportunity again to get that big shot. But let's see if this works out. One hit. Spending the lock. One hit, one crit. And going to be taking a crit onto Wedge. Let's find out what it is. It is a disabled power regulator. Okay, so Wedge will be ionized in 2 turns. Taking the ion during the engagement next turn. Here comes Dash. Only 3 dice because of the sensor blind spot. And 2 hits. Does he have Lone Wolf active? He sure does. But doesn't get anything there.
Yep.
Ray should be able to dodge this no matter what. Uses her ability.
Yep.
Still takes one.
Takes one.
Still takes one. One card.
And we have Kaz. Can he be the hero the Resistance need?
I was right there, right?
There you go.
No, it's all right. I was just making. I was pretty sure it was one card. The way I
Yeah.
Yes.
We're just waiting.
That's so good. Nope, that's my dog. Sorry.
Tippity, tippity, tap, tap. And here's Kaz going into Wedge. Doesn't come up with anything. See, right. Oh, man. Not taking that 4 dice shot into Dash.
I think especially because it was into hole into Dash. I think that.
Yeah.
It just feels not great.
Oh, for sure. And Ray's in a kind of sticky situation now of where does she go this turn?
Yep.
Because she doesn't have the title, so she can't sloop again. All of her hard turns, of course. She's going to remain stressed because she's got that stress token.
And we'll
And-
probably be on that gas cloud if she goes
Yeah.
to the right.
And the gas cloud, of course, there as well.
All
I
right,
can
at
never
this
remember if it's the speed 2s or 1s are blue on Resistance Falcon. Sorry, Dion.
No worries. No worries. I was going to mention a couple of tech things that we do have to remember that Pierre still has in his pocket. Still has 1 Afterburner's charge onto Wedge, which is huge. And yeah, I mean that's something that could help get the positioning. Having that initiative 6 does help with being able to do use that to either arc dodge or get in a position where you need to. I'm really curious to see where Wedge is going.
You could see Wedge doing like a 3 bank or something this turn to try and close the gaps, and having that 3 bank boost option available to him and keeping the 3 dice gun and still being able to take an action is really good.
Does this
Yeah.
2 straight 2 bank slam from Kaz block the 3 bank?
Don't think so. Yeah, the blues on the Falcon, Nick, are 1 forward, 2 forward, and 2 banks.
So not a huge amount of options right there.
No. You can maybe see the 2 bank.
I'm not sure the 2 bank doesn't hit that gas cloud either.
I'm pretty sure it does hit the gas cloud.
Yeah, especially with that bit sticking out.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Kaz going 3 straight, able to clear it. And action is to flip one of his crits, no longer having the weapons failure, being at full attack power. Martin's going to need that in order to push some damage through. Looks like Ray did a tactical bump there. Tried to fly one straight and bumped into Dash. Dash getting away. And he's going to have that obstructed shot through the glass cloud. But I believe this Dash has the Outrider title, so it's not not obstructed.
It'll just be that one agility. I mean, he'd still get the gas cloud trigger. But still, 4 dice against 1 feels bad. And there's that 3 bank from Wedge, who doesn't need to use the afterburners, with the choice from Martin and Wedge doing the tactical bump. Ray doing the tactical bump. And he's still going aggressive. Just take the target locks every time. I don't think we've seen Wedge take a single focus action this game.
Tom, you know the maths better than me. Focus or lock at range 1, 4 dice.
They're fairly similar. You've got a slightly better chance of getting crits with the target lock, but for just pure attacking power, a focus or a target lock are fairly similar.
Ooh, all right, here we go. We got 2 hits and a crit. Spending the target lock. This is Wedge going into Ray. Can he get another? Not quite.
And as
this is
we
gonna
always
hurt.
know, whether you take a focus or a target lock, it's always going to be the other thing that you needed at the time.
And takes a fuel leak on Ray. Could be relevant with a shot coming from Dash as well. So Ray at this point is bleeding. Not feeling good. Has only 4 health left.
And there's the ion onto Wedge from his disabled paraglider.
Yep. And here is Ray going back at Wedge. Another range 1 shot. Has both force available. That's 3. Dash only has 2 hull left. Needs some squiggles here to stay alive. And takes 2 and dies.
Is there enough health in those 2 resistance ships to take on Dash?
It's going to be close. I mean, we could lose Ray right here.
Yeah.
It depends on what happens.
And, of course, Pierre no longer having to worry about Wedge in terms of Lone Wolf. So always getting that reroll.
That's a good point.
Range 2 through the cloud. Ray is still only going to be rolling 1 die because of the Outrider title. Lone Wolf trigger here on the blank. And spends the force for 4.
This is a very sad Ray.
Yep, going to be taking hit, crit. A double damage takes Ray off the table. No, actually false. Ray is dead.
Leak.
She has a fuel leak.
Yeah.
She gone.
Oh, I forgot.
Fuel leak. The leak has exploded.
I'm not convinced a 3 health Kaz has got the ability to take on a 6 health Dash.
Yeah, and that's what you get with disconnect the fuel converter.
Fuel, we don't need it. Turn it off.
You guys mean bypassing the compressor?
That's exactly what I mean. But nobody else caught it except you, so it'll be fine.
Here's a little. Sperry, you went in and referenced The Force Awakens. I will tell you how awkward I felt in the movie theater when I first watched that scene, and I was the only person who laughed. I don't know. I find that scene super funny. I bypassed the compressor. It was dead silent, and me just chuckling in the theater. I felt really dumb, but I was like, you know what? Whatever. It's fine. I'm not.
I mean, I liked it. I don't know if I chuckled, but I liked it. I wasn't a chuckling level.
I definitely chuckled.
And this is where we can see the strength of this particular dash build. Always having the options of the reroll from Lone Wolf, which he's had active almost every turn, with some great flying, with his range control between wedge and dash, and having that force power of having that mod every turn, not having to worry about the focus actions.
Got 3 crits. Here's the reroll, and there's a strength again. 3 crits, 1 hit. Kaz is taking damage.
He's got 4 dice, isn't he? Range 3, and his ability.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, you're right, but I don't believe. Taking damage. Barely, but still counts. Still end up being right. And the fuel leak, triggers is taking 2. And a direct hit. Ooh, okay, so direct hit is the first one. Takes 2, and yeah, down to 1 hull.
And that does turn off his ability.
Yes, it sure does.
Yep. So
Big oof.
2 dice back in return.
Oh, yeah, that's super sad timing.
Kaz just trying to spit some fire here back at Dash, hoping against hope. Hit crit. 3 agility. God. Okay, well, that is likely the game, because I think Dash accepts a range 1 exchange, even if Kaz comes in, you just kind of 1 forward and finish him off, right?
Yeah, I would say so. He's already got a target lock. He's got Lone Wolf active. He's got a force. Can just take a focus token and have target lock focus. He's got Lone Wolf and a force to back him up if he needs be.
Yep. Takes the 1 bank. Dash flipping that dial. Does a 3 bank.
Just takes the focus. 4 dice target lock focus. And 3 hits and a crit. Not needing any of his mods.
And that is the end of Kaz. Well,